Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at Productronica 2015 and I'm joined by Scoop's very own Kim Sauer. Kim, thanks for joining us. Huge amounts going on this week on Twitter. It's been interesting, exciting. You've interviewed lots and lots of people. What's been the standout trend? I know Industry 4.0 is a big story. Have people actually been delivering on that?
I don't know if they've been delivering. Some have been delivering it to a certain extent. There's still confusion in the market as to what it actually means, what it stands for. Everybody's got a different knowledge level about it. What I do find very interesting is that it's actually encouraging discussion, it's encouraging cooperations, so there's a lot of cooperation and partnerships going on, which before were companies that probably wouldn't have even crossed each other in the aisle.
Yeah. So that's really exciting, isn't it? I mean, the opportunity that Industry 4.0 perhaps gives people, because they know they need to work with everybody through the process, is really quite interesting. And as you say, different terms, smart SMT number one factory, I think is what ASM were using, but other examples. This exhibition, for the first time, we're awarding the Golden Scoop, an award for a marketing initiative of some kind. And the marketing efforts to deliver that Industry 4.0 have been really interesting. One of the honourable nominees that didn't win was ASUS, and you particularly liked the way they were presenting their message.
I mean, generally their stand was very attractive. They have lots of great solutions. They've also got the connectivity to a watch, so you can monitor the line activity basically on your wrist from wherever you are. So that's already quite a cool tool to have. But the way they translated the 4.0 message visually through words as well as pictures on their stand in a very accessible way, I thought was interesting to see, because it's actually quite complex behind that. And to have somebody be able to translate it in a very simple way, I thought was a highlight here for me.
Yeah, very valuable. And I guess one of the other ones we saw was the Hitachi robot, which was a good example and certainly was a crowd pleaser. That was getting everybody's attention.
Well, there were actually two robots I saw. As you came into the hall, there was what's the film called? With the RoboCop, or the other one, Transformers.
Oh, yeah.
So it was one of the Transformers robots that greeted people and was interacting with people, and so he was quite cool. And then, of course, Hitachi and their collaboration with a Japanese company doing a robot that is flexible. It's not just a one placement or one activity robot. It's actually a humanoid robot that can do multiple things in that way you expect a robot to look if you watch a lot of films.
Yeah, and we certainly talked a lot about robotics, collaborative robotics, cobots as some people are now calling them, on round tables and different discussions. The other collaboration which has been exciting is to see all the media partners that we work with all taking part and putting their nominations in for the Golden Scoop. So that was really interesting. I'm able to announce that the winner is Mentor Graphic. They have a racetrack on their booth. The racetrack was attracting people to the booth, so it was doing that first job. But what I thought it did really cleverly was actually deliver in a simple way that Industry 4.0 message. The cars were all interacting with each other. They had a whole lot of different sensors. They were interacting with their environment. And there was an overall software control platform that then would look at the big picture and create reactions. So there was a read process, there was a record process, a relay of that information to some software, and then a reaction coming back, so they would change direction or avoid collision. I thought that was really simple and really clever. So they're the ones that will be winning this year. So that's good news. Any other highlights? I know you spent some time in the PCB halls.
Yeah, PCB is always quite interesting to be there just to see what's going on. It's quite a particularly dry subject, so to be quite innovative there is difficult. But there are lots of developments coming out of that area, particularly in the for the high spec applications, the materials that are for military and aerospace. And the certification that is required around that. and the approach that these companies are taking to working with their customers. It's a lot more collaborative, it's a lot more at the design stage. So they're just they're not just material vendors, they're solution providers, which is actually a theme that I got from a lot of companies throughout the show. That dynamic has changed. They are producers of something, but they're working as a consultant for their customers. And that feeds into me to that Industry 4.0 discussion and that trend that there are touch points now throughout the supply chain, and you have to be involved in them all. So it's talking to people. And finally, we're talking to people.
And it's consultative, it's collaborative, it's all of those things. Next show for you is HKPCA in Shenzhen. Then we'll be off to CES at the beginning of the year to see what's new in the product market. That's exciting. I'd like to say thanks to our sponsors for bringing us here. Thanks very much to our media partners for taking part, and thanks to everybody that's been listening and has been retweeting and following us on social media. Kim, thank you very much.
Thanks, Phil.